Oh god, here it is. This is the one. Look how good it is. This is just such an amazing modifier, dude. I love it. It has been a very long time since I've done a video on this channel, like 3 weeks, and basically I was just super duper busy in December. I did a lot of stuff with friends, a lot of stuff with family, and also did a lot of stuff behind the scenes to make sure in 2021 I can do a lot more video stuff. Hopefully you can already tell, but I have a new microphone that I got in December. It's a Blue Yeti and it sounds a lot better than my other mic, I like to say. Today we want to make a video going over our strategy for doing the new raid, well new-ish, I think it's been out for a couple weeks now, Winter Domain, which I call Winter Outpost like over and over again because it reminds me of Winter Outpost from Dungeon Quest. Anyways, Winter Domain is extremely easy, and my biggest tip for you is just never play it on normal because it's just not worth it. Alright, so on wave 15 on normal mode, there's 125 mobs. Oh my god, look at the far right spawn. There's only wave 15, and keep in mind, we're getting less presents. Now you understand why you don't play normal. So basically, I want to show you guys what gear we like to use, what I recommend, and yeah, I'm using some pretty high level gear, but you can supplement it for low level stuff. Of course, you do not need to be level 1099 to do this easily. So the first piece of gear is your sword. Just use your highest damage sword. That's a no-brainer. Mine's the Lightbringer. Most of yours is probably the Lightbringer. The only thing better than it is Vince Lightsaber, but there's like 0 of those existing. Next is the ring, and I think the Tesla ring is by far the best ring for this because it gives so much critical, so much speed, very awful attack for its level, but it makes up for that in critical. You do not need the Tesla ring. I just recommend whatever ring at your level. You have to be over level 500 to do this though. Whatever ring at your level gives a good amount of speed, damage, and attack, and crit, and all that, use that. Mine's the Tesla ring because it gives so much speed. Next is the necklace. So I use Toxin Core. Of course, you have to be pretty high level for this. It gives so much attack, good crit, and a little bit of speed that this just by far the best thing for me to use. Like I said, you don't need this top tier gear, you just need whatever gives you a lot of attack, crit, and speed to do this. I also use for my armor Vince Lightning Coat because it's the best armor in the game. Again, gives pretty much a good amount of everything. That's what you want for all your gear. And then your aura, this is where you want something more specific. You want an aura that gives you the most speed possible. That's the only stat you really care about in your aura because speed's very important in this. I have over 50 with still pretty high stats overall, so it's very good. And yeah, and then the rune you want to use. Always use this rune. Always use Rune of the Ice Queen. So if you don't have the Rune of the Ice Queen, but you might have an Azure rune, the Azure rune's the only other rune I'd say that can really keep up with it, but is not quite as good at mobbing. But it's still very good. I'd say it's better in teams of 3 to 4 than it is in 2 or 1 man, but overall the Rune of Ice Queen's what you want to get. Also the Light Rune is pretty good, it's fun to use and it's great at mobbing, but it's not quite as good at killing the big stuff and the bosses. I want to go over what skills you want to use with the Ice Queen. In this video, I'm pretty much only focusing on the Ice Queen rune. You can use the other 2 runes that I mentioned, but I'm not going to really go over them as much. So basically, you want to be using the Shatter as your main massive damage. You want to be using this on the bigger mobs that spawn in. You always are going to be using Mending Sword. This just spawns in that big snowfield that does constant damage, and it does heal you as well. And if you're in a 2-man team, I always recommend you use Calamity as your last ability. However, if you're in a 3 or 4-man team and everybody's using Snow Queen, I recommend one of the players uses Havoc instead of Calamity. This is because the Calamities can be given to players who don't actually use it themselves. So someone can use Calamity Shout on the player with Havoc, have the 2 stack, and have them do a lot more damage. So this is what the map looks like. We really like it, and also it's a wave defense style raid instead of being the typical defeat this boss and you win. Also, every single mob has a very tiny chance of 0.5% to give you a present, and every 10 waves, if you defeat the boss, you also get a present. Reason why we suggest you do it on hardcore and hardcore only, oh god, it's Frostbite. Reason why you do this only on hardcore is because there is not a substantial difference in difficulty between the 2 modes. Frostbite is one of the harder modifiers, but at random times, I'd like to say, I really can't tell when they're going to go off, but at random times a modifier will pop up which will strongly affect your gameplay. There's Frostbite, which is this one. You have to run to that campfire back there or you'll take constant damage. As you can see, I have that little campfire logo in the top left, which shows I am protected. I'm not going to go over all the modifiers because there's an absolute ton. One that stands out is Blizzard. God, I didn't end up at the sleigh. It makes everything very visible, super visible. I'm lost already. I'm already lost. I don't know. You don't get lost at all, as you can see. Blizzard is so ass. But yeah, so what we like to do as a two-man team is both kind of stand in between one of the 3 spawn points, which I think now would be a good time to go over. So there's 3 spawn points. This one I'm looking at right now is what we call left, mid is there where my cursor is, and right is there. So far, what we've seen is those are only three spawn points, but we've only gone into wave 30 because genuinely we don't see a reason to go much further because it just takes such a long time that you can get more presents by simply restarting. Main strategy you want to do with 2 people is have both of you cover middle and one of you cover each side. If you have 3 people, 1 person each spawn, 4 people, 1 person in the sleigh, 1 person each spawn, and the more people you have, just fill them in where there's room. Overall, this is very, very easy. Over time, harder and harder mobs will start to come out in bigger and bigger groups. Towards wave 13, 14, the numbers drop quite a bit and it gets much more difficult. And then every 10 waves, there's a boss. So at wave 10, there's going to be the elf boss, which we might get to here pretty soon. Wave 20, wasn't that Jack Frost? Yeah, we have some footage of those, but it takes a long time to get to them. We only got to 30 once. And I don't know like anything about the boss fight, but it was extremely hard. How are we gonna do this on Blizzard? Well, we're gonna try our best. Look at him, he's so amazing. All I wanted was to get footage of him. This is all I care. Overall, your main strategy, kill mobs as fast as you can. You need to watch out for fast ones, which start to come out much later on. I'll show some footage of them way later on towards wave, like, is it 15 when slimes come? Later on, slimes start to come, and they are very annoying because they blend in with the environment, so you want to watch out for them. Most of the time that we lose our sleigh, it's because like a single slime got through everything, and it's like heartbreaking. Other things you want to do is use your mending, mainly for killing the mobs. Use your shatter on the bigger guys, but every single 10 waves you get presents, and the reason why we say you don't want to go much past wave 20 is by wave 22, 23, you should have about 5 or 6 presents. And by the time we got to wave 30, we really did not get very much more. And I don't know if that's just us being unlucky, but overall we think it's best to do about 20 something waves, reset, keep going, because it only takes about 10 minutes to get that far. But it takes more like 30 to 40 to get to wave 30. So it is not worth it. Also, I am so lost that I found the Inviswall in the back of the base, but I can't find the sleigh. So here's the Santa's elf. So this one is probably going to be the only boss I'll actively show. But she traps you in presents. She's very annoying. And you want to pretty much constantly move because she can stun lock you pretty bad. Overall, this is the easiest boss. Just kill her. Nothing special. Next boss I want to talk about would be Jack Frost. So something we didn't notice is mending actually healed him. So make sure you do not use the mending ability when Jack Frost is in range of it, because he was getting health back and it was making our lives a lot harder. That's the main thing I can tell you about Jack Frost. He's not too difficult. Just kill him like you kill any other boss and you're good. The reindeer, just pray that you can kill him when you get to him. We died very fast. If I recall, we fought the reindeer during Blizzard. So some of the mobs that you want to watch out for is the speeding ones that come out towards wave 20 plus. I think they're ice mages. They're in black robes and they will stop just short of your sleigh before they start to absolutely pelt it and destroy its health. Those are guys you want to watch out for. Other ones you want to watch out for are the massive, I think they're ice golems. This big dude in the middle here. Always want to watch out for these guys because, yeah, we call them the chonkers. They have massive, massive health pools and can really be a pain to kill. And then there's also the frost demons that come out way, way, way later. They're basically more beefed up versions of Ice Golem. But yeah, that is pretty much all there is to this raid. It is super duper fun. We really enjoy it. It's in our top 3 raids easily. I'd put it at, I'm honestly having just as much fun with this as I was with Tartarus when it first came out back in that day. It's fun, it's unique, no other raids in this game have been like this, and yeah, overall it's been a blast. Thanks for watching my guide, and hopefully it helped you. If I totally messed up anything, comment down below on what I totally messed up on, and I will see you later this week with more videos. Bye!